All right, come on in. It's good to have you. I'm just getting ready for you. If you are now just joining us, go ahead and put your name in the comments and tell me where you're from because I'd love to see that. Um, what I'm going to do is a project out of my art journal. And before I turn my camera down, let me tell you that if you've got comments, please put them in. If you've got some questions or anything, put them in the comments. And I will have my assistant use my phone and answer those. Anything that doesn't get answered during this live, I'll pop back on and answer them for you. So please don't hesitate. Put those questions in there and let's get going, okay? Let me turn this down. Now, what I decided to do with this is I wanted to create a composition here, and I was trying to decide what type of a focal point would I want. And I found in my stashes of paper an actual pad that has all kinds of these just kind of romantic garden scenes. And this is a heavy paper that you'd use for photo books, etc. So I found that and I started to fussy cut out some of the flowers. I love the fencing and the gate work and that. So I went ahead and I cut out a little bit of that too. As you can see, here's the gate piece that I have. This was just, I don't even know what that is, but I loved it. It's kind of a random piece that was in it. Oh, that'd be pretty. That's nice too. I didn't see the back side of that, but the front side has the flowers. And that is what I was going to go ahead and use and create some kind of a garden scene. So I'm going to use that. Those will become kind of the main focal points. I'm going to collage the background first and prepare it before I put on these other pieces. And that's where we're going to start. I wanted to use also, instead of painting it or that, I have this beautiful paper that I created with my jelly press. And I really almost hated to use it, but I thought, well, you've got to put it to use. And this one I created, it has a beautiful fuchsia background that's mixed in with some apple green and lemon yellow and some turquoise. And then I went back over that with a gold, and it gave it this beautiful shimmery color. So that's what I'm going to start using first, and we'll put that down. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. Let me find my matte gel. And we'll add this to it. One thing, let's see where I'm going to be putting these. I'll be putting these here. Usually don't plan this out so well, but because I do love this paper, I want to make sure that I'm not placing it down and then losing the beautiful effect that it has. Let's see if I place some flowers along here. That still gives me this beautiful texture in here. All right, that works great. So that's where I'm going to place that. Like I said, I'm generally not this, planned out. It's more off the cuff and, oh, let's just put this here. But I love the way this paper turned out. So I don't want to just cover it up. I want it to be also one of the main elements that's visually seen. I'm going ahead and I'm covering most of this page. I'm also going to let me put that down. This makes it easier to see where this page ends because it's in a book, so it's hard to tell. That helps me locate where this actually is on the page. Place that down. Oh, the colors on that are so rich and beautiful. Let me take a second and just make sure that I'm picking up some of the sound here. All right, where'd my, there we go. Now we'll just place this down. The nice thing about using a book page is you've already got all that lettering and that we all love to add to our. Okay. All right, that's there. I'm going to, let's add some of this music. Just rip off a few pieces here and there. Let's go ahead and glue that down with the matte gel. Okay. I'm going to do a 2-page spread, so I'm going to go ahead and move right on over to this. Let that dry for a second. And I know that this element I want to place up at the top. And then the flowers around this too will probably come down through here, and then some roses at the top. So let's see how that flies again. Just placing it out. I'm picking this because of this rich fuchsia color. I'm going to cut that off. Creating your own papers can be so satisfying. Okay, and that's going to pop out from under there. Okay, so I'm going to place that. Right over here. Bring this paper right to the edge. And go right over the top with the matte gel. Okay. Something else I'm going to add to this. Where did I put that? Let's see, I want to add a little lace to it. pull that little piece out so that it's laying flat. He's going to give me a little bit of a hard time here. Let's see how I can help with that. Let's use a there we go. Gotta coax him a little bit to not buckle under itself. Sometimes that's fine, but this I don't want to. There. All right, we've got that texture right there over that. I'm going to add some more music. I might just add that underneath here. And then bring him back down. Right. This right here is what they use when they're doing the sheetrocking. And I'm going to put some of this tape on here for the texture. Let's try to get this under the camera. I'm not cutting it straight across. I'm just cutting myself out like this. And it's already sticky, so it's going to just stick beautifully by itself. I'll take this other piece. Let's see, I forgot what I had going on here. Didn't I have this down here? Yes, like so. So I really, that's not going to be needed down there, is it? Okay. Let's stick it up here. I'm going to join those together with that one right there. And we may add, let's see. If we need another piece, we might add a little piece down here. I think that's covered up with that. Let's just add it right here. And that actually makes a wonderful texture that kind of grabs the paint and etc. All right, we've got quite a bit going on there. Let's go ahead at this point and add our elements to this now. And then I'll go over it with some gesso. I'm going to use a little thicker matte gel because this paper is thick and it needs more of a paste. See that difference with that? I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little different. So thicker and it's more of a paste than just a gel. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the back of this. And if it doesn't stick really well with this, we'll just add some glue. So think about, as you're working on your project, think about just creating layers. Layers on top of layers. That's what makes mixed media so interesting. It's all the different layers that's creating textures. And okay, I'll move this over here again. Helps me see the edges. There we go. See how that sticks. I might need a little glue there. Some of this. And I can apply that in just a second. All right, we've got that. Right. Okay, before I add that, I'm going to put some gesso. I want to put some gesso on that. So let's go ahead and add this element up here at the top. Putting it right on the paper. I'm going to just stick her down. All right, that's where we're going to go with it to this point. I'm going to put the lid on that. Let's get a little glue under here, and then we'll start with our gesso. Get that to stick down there. Put that glue over the top. Right. Put my fingers, glue off of them. I think I'll dry this for a brief second. good to give it a good little dry in between so that you don't get these wet layers on top of each other. All right, I've got my gesso and typically use my finger, but I will use a brush for this one. Let's see, where's my brush? There we go. I'm going to dry that. All right, now I'm going to go in with some color and work with the background. Everything is pretty neutral, etc. So let me get a plate. I like using this. It's like deli paper. What I'm going to do is I want to start out with just a milky white to start with. I'm going to put a little on here, a lot. And let's mix that. I don't know why, but it's just calling to me. And this is my burnt umber, and it's an ink. And this goes on extremely strong. So I'm going to put just a dot of it here to start with. And I'm going to mix the two. All right. I'm going to start going over this. Blending that in. And I use my fingers a lot. Work great. Just brush it on. The interesting thing is the lace started out as what you call an acru. Did I say that right? Kind of an off-white. And I painted the gesso over it, which then made it white. And now I'm adding the off-white back to it. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, so let's take, before I do that, let's take this turquoise. My little, I've got a little dauber here. And see, I just had this thought I want to pull out some of that. There's a part of me that's wanting to keep this really subtle and not get too, I do love things to be very bright and vibrant, but I'm holding myself back here. Trying not to. It's going to be. Let's see if that's going to, let's get a little brush. This is an ink also. This is aqua ink. I'm not going to add more, but I'm going to bring it over here just to tie in the color. There. See, just bring it in and tie in the color a little bit. And I can do the same. Let's just dip right into that. Here we go. There again, I'm trying to keep things pretty subtle without. So I'll use my let's give that a dry. Lift this up. Add a little water here and get this to come down so we get some nice contrast. Blended it on this side. Okay, and if you think, oh, I've got it too dark, go back to your cream, your off-white, and go back over it. Lighten it up. Let's add a little more there. This is just where you are at the point of just playing back and forth. A little bit here, a little bit there, and blending it together, seeing what you get. That's when the magic starts to happen. All right, and let's add let's add this here. And what I'm going to do there is first we'll blend it out a little. Now I'm going to take the gesso, stick my fingers into the gesso. I'll use my finger to finish blending it. Get this wonderful texture and we're still just working on our background. A lot goes into a background sometimes. Oh, grab that before it topples itself over. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the ink. I'm going to add it here. brush here. All right, let's try this. All right, now I'm going to put on the other elements, the flowers. Let's just kind of place them around first to see. Okay, let's cut out a little more away from here. Okay, I really like these right here. I want some more dark up in this area. I'm going to mix the paint like I did before, and then apply the paint on. So I've got a little bit here. Let's just add the brown to it. That's burnt umber. That'll make that stand out a little more. And I'm going to go ahead and just drop some ink on that. Oops. Okay. Over here. Oh, we'll probably put a stamp on that. So take that off so these don't fly as I dry it. It's time to glue these on. Let's see. I'm just playing, moving it around, playing with it. Okay, that's going to go across the top there. This one will take off like that, and I'm going to cut this. Always be prepared for the change. Be flexible. Okay. All right, now I can see where these go. Let's glue these down. This little guy would go on this side. I could use matte gel for this, but I'm going to go straight in with the glue. Sometimes that matte gel on these heavier pieces doesn't want to cooperate as well. All right. Let's put this on. I had some extra glue floating around there. That lid on so that okay. And this one is going to go in that corner. That's lovely. I love it. All right. Stick that right up in that corner. It needs something underneath that. Let's see what I have. Let's just add a little piece of paper to it. Right there. Some matte gel. Actually, I'm going to lift this. Well, we'll just mix it in right there. I'm going to tear off so I don't have just a sharp corner. tear it off right there. So there, gives this more of a rugged edge. And let's take some of that and come right down here. There we go. Just felt like it needed. That's the process, is you just work with it, and then when it feels like it needs something else, you add that to it. Okay, I have one. Do I have that one stuck down? Nope. Okay, let's just stick this over here. Go ahead and apply. Nope. Nope. Just playing around here, seeing where we want to place this. We may not put it, but we are going to place this one right in here. Yes, right there. Move this one down too. Remember, as you're doing this, so you don't get too caught up, you're doing it just for the enjoyment. There we go. All right, that's popping out really great. Oop. Make sure I really glue that well. And I'll use a little matte gel on that just to kind of finish off the edges. Okay. I was debating some ribbon or something in here, which that I think would actually be beautiful right there. I think I'll do that last. Very last that I'll add that to it. All right. Now, the next thing I want to add to it, where's my sponge? I'm going to use the liquid acrylic. Place some on here. It is very watered down. Get that on my sponge. And I'm now going to sponge over these. before I sponge that, let's dry it. Okay, I'm going to use my distressed oxide, China blue, let's put a stencil down here. That creates a really nice texture in there. Let's bring a little bit of that over here. And then where's my circles? All right, we need circles. That's what we need. Let's go over that with circles and see what happens. It's got a really neat kind of old world look to it. It's nothing better than circles. I love circles. We fill in those areas. Let's see if we can circle up in this with all that texture. We'll see what happens. All right. Okay, you've got a lot going on there. Now, I'm going to pull back out my flowers because they're getting lost. See how everything's starting to just blend all together, meaning it's all about the same tone. We'll be placing this ribbon here. I could go ahead and glue that down right now. Let's cut the piece. Put a little glue straight at the top. Just run all the way down. See, we're just layering it and layering it. dry clear. Let me cut that. I think what I'll do next is I'm going to pull out the quinacridone magenta. And let's pull out some of the this color in those flowers. Find my little brush. Put this down. I want to dilute this so it's more of a watercolor. And come back in. Over the flower. Pull that up so you can see that a little closer. It went light, and I just brushed over. I wasn't trying to create the petals. With the water down. Maybe even use your finger to kind of smooth it out. And then I put the darker, just came back in with more. Created that center. This kind of reminds me of what they used to do with the old black and white photos when they would go back in and just add a little color to the cheeks or color to the. That's kind of what we're doing. I want to pull a little bit of that up. Okay. Let's see. Add a little here. I don't want to add too much. Just going back in, and it's like adding some shadows or hitting the shadows. Don't cover the whole thing. Just where it's already a darker color in your image. I'm going to wash that out because this is a lighter color of a cabbage rose. Okay. I'm sticking with the quinacridone magenta because I'm wanting to create a continuity here and not bringing a lot of different colors. Ooh, I almost got into that right there. Luckily I didn't. Okay. Like I said, I'm just getting the shadows. It's already drawn for me. It's already created. Just adding a little to the shadows that's already there because I'm using a dark color. Sorry, I hope I can get off camera there. I was busy. Just as a flower. There. That brought more continuity with the color of that thread in there. All right. Something else we could do. Let's take some of that gesso and go back over that. me get that closer so you can kind of see. The last thing I'm going to do for this page is come back with some lining. You see my old one. Choose the old one. I'm going to start outlining this and make it stand out more. Make sure that it's really dry. Before you start using your inks on it, your pens. Just add some of this back in. I really don't know what's going on with I'm just adding my own lines here. I'm doing it quickly and loosely. Just to emphasize that little gate again. Another thing you can do with that too is, where is my watercolor pencil? My black one. You can create a little shadow. Using the pencil. Where's this? I need a very fine tip brush. And you wet it, and it activates that beautifully. here and here. If it gets a little dark, just go back and lift it up a little bit. Do it quickly though before you can generally get it. There we go. We're pulling this back out. To stand out up here, put a little bit so it's like a shadow, make it stand out. And watercolor pencils are so wonderful. I never appreciated them years ago. I didn't really know how to use them. I was having a hard time figuring it out. And once I figured it out, there we go. That brought that right back out. And we don't want to lose the flowers. I'm going to move this before I put my elbow or something in it. Let's come back with use the pencil to go around. Deal. I'm ready to put my black. You can outline these a little bit too if you'd like. Get them to stand out a little bit. I'm just outlining a little bit. Do a little bit on this side. I'm just, everything is very loose. It's not precise. Just be free with it and lift your pen up. See if there's this one right here. And you can play on these for hours, so I am going to try one more little thing on it. I am having a blast. So really all you need is just gather your supplies, gather some kind of an image that you want to use, your paints, stencils. If you don't have this, don't worry about it. You can create all kinds of textures with anything you have around your home. Let's see, where's my little brush I'm looking for here? Let's put a little of this green in here. We need to get out some of that complement color. And I'm just filling in. It's like coloring the space. Okay, I'm going to come back over here. Just a tiny bit, not much. Take my vintage photo distressed oxide and let's do the edges now. Give it that vintage look. You won't need much. And you have quite a bit. There's our page. All kinds of textures and different things happening in that page. And it would be wonderful to put some kind of a little quote or something on there. I don't have a little quote. I'll have a find some kind of lettering would be perfect now to fill in these larger areas. It gives you some great areas to go ahead and print off and glue those down, and you can put some kind of a wonderful statement in there. All right, that's going to be the project there for you, and I hope that you enjoy it. I found the quote that I wanted to use, and it's a quote that by Coco Chanel. Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. Love that quote. And then the other thing that she said, my daughter, she used to say this quite often, and I thought it was awesome. A girl should be two things, classy and fat. I went ahead, this is a few things I added, was the quote. I went ahead and added a little gold, actually, modeling paste here on the side. See, it's all over my fingers. I can't seem to do anything without adding a little bit of modeling paste. I think that's going to become one of my trademarks. I don't know. But then I went back over that with some gold ink, added another little ribbon down the center, and the quotes. And that finishes the page. And I wanted you to be able to see the final as it's completed. Okay. Enjoy this project.